Well, welcome. This is a little bit of a surprise for you today. So, my name is Elaine Birks Mitchell, and I am with an organization called the Undie Chest. And actually, we work with Title I schools, transitional programs, shelters, but we actually donate underwear to schools so they have it on hand for their kids. But we also have something special that we do is that we have something called the Barbara Birks Above and Beyond Award. And Barbara was actually my mom, who was a teacher and a principal. And when she passed in 2024, I wanted to do something to honor her legacy. And one of the things we do is we wanted to honor school nurses and teachers, particularly those who go above and beyond. So we actually received a nomination for you from Marquise. Yes, yes, we did. Yes, we did. And so I would love to read that nomination if you would mind, so you can hear all the amazing things that he said about you. So here we go. You ready? So the moment I met this nominee, I could tell that she was passionate about the work that she was doing, as well as her connection to the students of our school. She is able to get to know them on a personal level beyond academics because she comes from a similar background and upbringing as our students. What matters most to her is being able to resonate with them on a deeper level and create a passion, excuse me, and create a classroom environment where they feel understood, valued, and supported. Her impact goes far beyond her role in the classroom. She has taken the initiative to create opportunities for students that did not previously exist at her school. She founded the Yearbook Club and successfully produced the first yearbook the school has had in over 10 years, giving students something meaningful to remember their unique middle school experiences. She started an ELL club to support students who are learning English, helping them build both confidence and a sense of belonging. She is not just a teacher, she is a catalyst of change. In addition, this nominee has gone above and beyond their duties by stepping up to coach the girls' soccer team last year after the program had not been present for their agenda for years. Through her leadership, students gained not only confidence, but teamwork, skills, and school pride. What stands out most to me is how, for the past 2 years, she has used her own money to provide classroom materials for her subject, social studies. For every other subject, our school district provides curriculum and learning targets to our teachers, but for some reason, there is nothing for social studies. This did not stop her, and she has continued to find outside resources and create her own lesson plans each week of the year, making it fun and interactive for our kiddos. I truly believe what sets her apart is her heart. She leads with empathy, consistency, and a genuine commitment to her students' well being and success. She is not just a teacher, but a mentor, advocate, and a role model who is making a meaningful difference in the lives of her students and the school community here in South Phoenix. I know for a fact she will be extremely grateful for any further consideration. Thank you. So, how does
Wow.
it make you feel?
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing. That's amazing.
Wow.
We want to make sure we recognize you and make sure
Wow.
that you're seen. We know you're doing an amazing job, as Marquise has stated. You definitely go above and beyond the call of duty for your students and your school, and we want to recognize that. So,
Wow. I'm at a loss for words. That's
Hmm.
what an honor to even be recognized for this. And Mr. Goodrich, thank you for all your kind words and for even taking the time to do that and write that. Wow. Thank you. That was
yes,
so
no,
kind.
we appreciate that. I'd also like to want to make sure we send you a $50 gift card so you can go do something special for yourself. I see that you use your own money to get materials, but we want you to do something special for yourself.
Wow. That's so generous. Wow. Thank you
No,
so much. Oh
no.
my
Well,
gosh.
thank you.
I'm in shock.
That's okay.
Thank
That's a
you
good
so
thing.
much. Wow. I'm
No, we don't say
so
thank you
grateful.
enough. We don't say thank you enough for all the things
We
that school
appreciate it. We
nurses
do.
and teachers do. So, anything else, Marquise, you want to say or?
Yeah, that you know, I have learned a lot from Miss Laprada. Just when I came to the school last year, it was only my second year within education, and it's just been amazing to have her lead by example for me as well as other teachers. Just that connection I feel is most important. And for me, I guess my first year, I did struggle with that. Building that connection rather than, just teaching and getting them out the door. It's so much more than that. It's really just creating that bond, that really gets you engaged with the student, knowing their personal background, knowing what they do outside of school, even the struggles that they come from. Some aren't able to eat, getting the right clothes for them. So it's just, creating that lasting impression on them, on their lives. I learned a lot from that, from Gisela and her example.
Oh,
So thank you.
that's
So
nice. That's so nice. Gisela, what can, I'd love for you to share. What do you think we as a community can do to help support, you and other teachers and nurses more?
Wow. Well, I think that it's pretty known now that teachers are sometimes, under appreciated for the work that they do. And I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for every single educator that I've come across in my career or before. I've had teachers in my family. And it's truly something that can be lonely, it could be overwhelming. And I think that just like trying to change culture within education is, I think, a big thing where it's not just a place for our kids to be in 8 hours a day, but it's actually something that they are able to use. And I would love for, you know, more people to take that into consideration, that we as teachers are people too, and we struggle and we need help sometimes. And we know a lot, but we don't know everything,
Yeah.
or we try to, have all the answers and, help in any way that we can. I would just like for people who maybe don't see the behind the scenes to have grace with teachers and try to, you know, just be kind,
Yeah.
um, and try to look a little bit behind the curtain, especially if, there's parents who might not know what it really takes to do this kind of profession. But you know, we as as people in education, we have a duty to our kids to help them any way that they can to grow beyond what they know and help their little minds flourish. And yeah, I just want people to understand those things. And it's not easy at
Yeah.
all. But we do it because we care
Yeah.
and because we want to see a better future for all of
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely. I'd be curious from both of you, for a young person looking to go into, working at the schools or being a teacher, what advice would you give them? What mindset do they need to come in with? What do they need to do to be ready to come into a profession like this?
I can go ahead and answer it first. I'd say the main thing for me was learning patience.
Mhm.
You have to be patient with the children. Not everything is going to be learned in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month. It takes that whole, 2, 3 years. And you just want to make small steps, towards the test and towards the end of the year, and everything is a stepping stone. So just getting 1% better every day.
Mhm.
Um, and also just knowing that, like for me, I come in with a new mindset every day. I don't hold grudges on any student, rather, regardless if, yesterday I had trouble working with a particular student. The next day, 8 a.m., good morning. How was your weekend, or what did you do when you got home? I'm never one to take things home and dwell on it for too long, because at the end of the day, they're all kids. They're young, and we were there at one point,
Yeah.
but our job is to make sure they don't make the same mistakes we did, or to improve on what improve on things early, and not wait too late to, get the job done for themselves. But
Right.
just come in with a new slate every day, knowing that, at the end of the day, they're young, they're learning just as we're learning.
Yep.
And yeah,
That's
Yeah.
great.
Kind of piggyback off what Mr. Goodrich said, I think that having the patience for the kids is super important. And I mean, I came into education teaching 12-year-olds at 22, and I was only 10 years older than my kids.
Mm.
And I soon had to realize that I can do a lot, I can't do it all. And I think that sometimes, when you're young and you're ambitious and starting a new career, you want to be able to do it all really fast. And sometimes you
change
hit
the
a
world
wall.
back to.
hmm So I think taking it slow is really important, not overdoing it because burnout is real, even at the very young age of 22 when I started off. Um, so I think that that's something that to learn. And I mean, it also, comes with the role because we do a lot more than just teach our students, just like Marquise even said in the wonderful message he wrote about my nomination, that we do more than just teach. And it truly takes someone to love what they do to even stay in education. um but I would say, yeah, don't try to do too much all at once, in a role like this. And I think that building community is most important because, especially as someone who taught junior high, a little bit older kids right off the bat, you can't really expect all these kids to see guidance in you day one, see authority in you day one. It's all about building the relationship. It's all about building that trust with your kids so that they can see you as someone that they trust and someone that can
Right.
guide them.
Right.
Um, I see it all the time with my kids. When a new person enters a room and they feel like they're being overpowered by that person, they don't respond the best, and they respond better when you actually try to get to know them. Ask them who their best friend is, what their favorite color is, what do they like to do. That's something
Mhm.
that they really value.
Simple thing.
And
Yeah.
yes, and along with community, I would say try to build a community within your school. Because, like I said, this could be a very lonely profession, but just knowing that there's someone, on your team and that you can come to when times get tough, whether it's to talk, whether it's because you need help on a resource or help finding something, it's super duper important. And I think that at Julian, um, we've built a community
Uh,
within our teachers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Missy Lane, do you mind if I piggyback off that
Oh,
connection
yeah.
part?
Hmm.
That's also super important, as well as the other things we mentioned. Growing that connection, you see these students for 9, 10 months, you know, as well as the teachers. So we have like a friend group, with about three other teachers, and it's amazing. And that collaboration has also helped our individual teaching, and our
Yeah.
attitudes going into work, and it's great. And as far as the students, like I said, you see them so often and for 8 hours, Monday through Friday, and it's like, you want to build that lasting connection, draw something for them, or like she said, ask them their favorite color. Sometimes they need that. We've gotten students that, not to go deep into their story, but have had like, suicidal thoughts, or maybe their parent isn't at home, and they haven't seen so and so in a while, and
Mm.
these kids deal with some of the same things that we deal with as adults, and since they're younger, they need our presence to be in their lives. So
Yeah.
yeah, that connection is super important.
Keeping those, teaching them those coping skills in terms of how to deal with that.
Exactly.
Yes. Wow. No, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that knowledge. I love that. And again, thank you, Gisela, too. And thank you, Marquise, for bringing her to us and honoring
Yeah.
her because she deserves it. And you do too, Mr. Marquise. You do.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
a great job too. So thank you so much. And we'll get your gift card out to you so you can
Wow.
pamper yourself a little bit there.
Thank you so much. I'm
You are welcome.
incredibly grateful. And I thank you so much for even, taking time out of your day to present this. So thank you so much.
We wanted to surprise you because you are special. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, you guys.
Thank
Take
you.
Thanks,
care.
Elaine.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.